I don't think that the people that are against child-free people in general, or that think that child-free people should not have an opinion on pregnancy, on child rearing, on all of that, I don't think those people realize how much society needs child-free people. Hi, my name is Shayna Conde. I am child free by choice. And I would love for you to like, share, subscribe, all those things, because I am having some really interesting conversations with people in the comments section about the philosophy, I guess, of being child free. And today I really want to talk about the fact that we need each other. Like, parents need child free people, and child free people, not that we need parents, but generally, I think a lot of us do. So I'll speak from my experience of being a child-free person who knows that I love kids, right? Like, I love kids so much. I grew up, I spent, a lot of people don't know this, but I did spend like 10-ish years in different elements of teaching, right? Like, whether that was, I was really into the like Pentecostal church for a while. So like when it came to oh, nope, that's not good. So when it came to like Sunday school or children's church or VBS or even like community kinds of things like summer programs, spring break programs, I was highly involved throughout middle school, high school, and college in teaching, mentoring, all of those things. Why? Because I love kids. I love kids, and I really enjoy being around them, and I like hearing their thoughts. And I like hearing their thoughts. I like when they laugh. I like the way that they make me think. They do encourage a specific kind of growth, and I love the way that they love. I love babies. Arguably, I love them too much to have them because I know that the way that I love them in a way where I can give them the most for short periods of time. When I say short periods of time, I mean like it could be a couple hours, it could be a week. I don't think I'm made for that parent thing for multiple reasons. I have a whole playlist about it. But parents need people like me. Parents need people like me, literally. Y'all needed people like me when you needed some days to yourself, some hours to yourself during spring break. So you dropped your kids off at VBS, or you dropped your kids off at whatever summer program or whatever. And who do you think was taking care of those kids? Who do you think was spending time nurturing those kids? A lot of times it was child-free people or grandparents, but like a lot of the times it was child-free people. And we have the space and time and energy to nurture your kids in the way that you might not have the extra resources for. Literally, like when you think about a village, not everybody in the village has kids. There are some auntie, hold up, there's a loud plane outside. Also, look at these earrings. They're cute little, they're half coconut shells. But yeah, not everybody in the village would have kids. That's how the parents were able to relax. When they say it takes a village, not everybody in the village would have kids, because then everybody in the village would be tired. Sometimes you need somebody to have the extra time, the extra space, the extra resources. So that way the parents that are doing a big bulk of the child rearing can have a break. So that way they can reconnect with each other. So that way they could not lose all of their interests, all of their friends, all of their hobbies. So that way parenting doesn't become their only identity. And then for the people that don't have kids, I can't say not everybody loves kids. Give me your baby. Let me hold your baby. Let me squeeze your baby. I love your baby. I love your baby. And then when it's time, take your baby. Dear God, take your baby. The way that my friends, mind you, there's a lot of my friends are in the process of either getting separated or divorced. There's a couple of them that are starting to get married for the first or second time. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting, because I'm only like 31. And I'm like, oh, I didn't realize that this was happening now. Oh, that's interesting. But like the moment that they have kids, they are so excited for me to be their auntie. I'm like, give me your baby. We're going to Zimbabwe. And they're like, oh my God, Shayna, like, what if, like, oh, like, what if they need to, what if they, like, start a temper tantrum and all these things? I was like, no, no, no. They're coming with the elusive Auntie Shayna to Tanzania. They're gonna have a temper tantrum? No, no, no. We're doing some soul searching with the gorillas. No time, no time. Oh, I'm so excited. Because I have the time and the space and the energy. Give me your baby. And I think that a lot of child-free people, not all, but a lot of us feel this way. A lot of us feel this way. We want to pour our love and our affection into children in the way that we feel the most comfortable doing, which is not on a daily basis. And parents need people that they love, that they trust, that they know are responsible to, and mind you, this is not to say that every child-free person is responsible, that every da-da-da-da-da. You know your community. But if you know people within your community who are child-free and are responsible, and you do love them, and you do trust them with your kids, it's such a symbiotic relationship and everybody benefits, especially the child. And when I say the child, I mean the next generation of human beings. Like the idea of the nuclear family is so detrimental to everyone involved, the parents and the children, and also the people on the outside, because it's saying we might not actually have this, but we need people to think that we have this. And the help that comes in community, we are pushing it out because we are supposed to be nuclear. There's a lot of people that, like, hold up. There are a lot of parents that need help, want help, but are scared to get help, either because the idea of somebody seeing that they're not perfect, would shatter the illusion of their nuclear family, the idea of, like, we're supposed to have it all together, where this is how things are supposed to look, this is how, not what they're in, but like this is what they're experiencing is not what a family is supposed to look like. Every family is messy, everybody needs help, and there are people that have the space and energy to help. Not to say to go to your nearest child-free person and be like, help me with my kids, no. But this is what community is all about. And community means that there's a bunch of people with different skills, different lifestyles, different assets. Child-free people are part of that community. Parents are part of that community. The kids are part of that community. And the kids need to see all the different ways and lifestyles so that way they can make a fully informed choice about what they want to step into to be the most productive members of society possible. It's beneficial to your kids to see child-free people, so that way they know the plethora, the diversity of ways that they can exist in the world. It's the relationship that I have between other parents, the way that I have mentored their kids. I'm not going to share stories about that because it's not my story to tell and it is very personal. But I've mentored some kids through some highly sensitive periods of their lives that their parents did not know how to navigate. I have been there for some really big moments in a lot of kids' lives that their parents weren't sure if they were going to be able to make it there, but they're like, hey, we really need somebody to represent, to show baby X, to show teenager X that, like, there's somebody in the crowd waiting for them, but I have to catch an extra shift, but I don't know if I'm going to make it. Like, Shayna, can you go? I am on my way. Like, prime example, I have a cousin. I would love to show his face on here. I need to ask him first though, but I have a cousin. His name is Jaden, and his mom was not able to be there for a lot of reasons throughout his life. He's 16 now. And I was about 16 when he was born. So my grandma and myself tag teamed in raising Jaden for as long as I could, because I did have to go to college, but whenever I had any downtime, I would be back at grandma's house, because grandma is even now Jaden's primary caregiver. So grandma took care of all of the basics, all of the fundamentals, the bills, the child care, you go to school, I feed you. Grandma took care of all of those things. When it came to his emotional development, his social development, his more like psychological needs, I tapped in. I tapped in. So all of those big life questions, he was 3 when he asked me, how do you know that somebody loves you? My West Indian grandma didn't have the answer for that, but I had. Well, I tried my best. And just to like let you guys know, I was like 18-ish, 18, turning 19 when he asked me that. And I was like, whoa, that's a big question. But such an inquisitive baby, such a direct baby. Like, I could tell that he needed an answer. So I was like, dug deep. And I was like, well, you know that somebody loves you if they say they love you, and if they take care of you when you're sick, and if they give you hugs, and if they say nice words to you, and if they do, and if they, you know, like I just listed, if they take you to school, if they help you with your homework, if you play with them and it makes your heart feel happy, all of those things. And he was like, oh, so grandma loves me? I was like, yeah, grandma loves you. He's like, you love me? I'm like, I love you so much. So like those kinds of things. Yes, I was young, very young, to be helping to raise somebody else's child. But because my grandma and I were part of the village, we were able to give Jaden all of the basic things that he needed to be a productive member of society today. And I'm so proud of the young man that he is today. I'm so proud of the young man that he is today. Mind you, there's a lot of things that like, he's gonna have some mommy hurts, right? Because his mom still has some work to do. But all things considered, we were the village. And when I had to go to school, my mom stepped in. And when I had to go even further away, like, and our other cousins grew up, they started to come around Jade. I'm like, this is what it's supposed to be like. Because we all had the space for it. In a way, because no one person or 2 people are supposed to take on the entirety of raising children. It's supposed to be a community effort. And I see that so clearly with my little buddy. I call him Squishy Face. He's not a squishy face anymore. He's very hairy. He lost all the squish. He has a deep voice. He's way too tall. It's harder to fight him now, which cousins are supposed to do. You're supposed to gently tussle, give him somebody to fear. But yeah, so those are my thoughts. I'm curious about yours. Let me know in the comments. Once again, don't forget, like, share, subscribe, all those things. And I will talk to you guys next time. Okay, bye.